My Christmas parties are about to begin. Let's do that again. I've got my first girly Christmas drinks around someone's house. And I'm going to do something that I used to cook loads of times before. It's on the Pampered Chef book. But it's Slim and Well friendly. Well, within reason. What it is 4 is going to be 0 sins if it's your B choice. If not, it's these wraps 6 points, 6 sins. Anyway, for each 4 you have, it will be however many sins it is in one of the high fibre wraps. So I've got my Pampered Chef, I'm not Pampered Chef rep by the way, mini muffin tin. And I'm just going to spray highlight all the holes. And then I've got my wrap. I mean, in the recipe it says cut them into squares, faff about with them. But because I don't want to waste any of my precious bread, I've worked it out. If you cut them into triangles, and then you put them in there gently, sort of start in the middle, and sort of push them down all over, they're fine. And I've got my mini muffin tool, and I've got my little cup. So pretty easy. It was a bit of origami. I got the wrap folded in half, folded in quarters to make lines, and I cut down it. So again, pop that one in and squish it down. Yeah, so I'm going to do that with all of the packet, which should be, is there 26 in there? Is there 6 in there? It should be the whole of my 24 wraps, and then I come back to you. I've got to also put the oven on 200 as well. That's a bit of an arse, but I've done it now. Some of them seem to just keep popping up. I think unless you've got a mini muffin, not a mini muffin, that sounds a bit rude. Unless you've got a mini muffin tray and one of these tools that go with it, I think you're gonna struggle. But anyway, not to give up. And then spray fry like the top of these as well. And then I'm just going to stick them in the oven for 10 minutes to crisp up, and for them to hopefully then enable me to take them out the mini muffin tray, and I've got cups that stand upright. So time will tell. So I shall see you back in 10 minutes when I tell you what lovely, the filling of these is just the nicest. You've got all those, whenever I always see in the adverts, all the Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, all the canapes. And they always look amazing, but they always taste pretty rubbish. Even like the finest or the posh ones, they're always such a massive disappointment. Apart from I do like the jalapeno poppers, you know, with the cream cheese in it, but the rest of them all seem like pretty dried out and pretty rubbish really. I'd rather just have a dollop of something proper. So anyway, I shall start chopping and prepping, and I'll see you back in 10 minutes. Wow, I'm so pleased with how these have turned out. They're perfect, really sort of like quite rusticy looking. Each one's different. Some aren't quite as good as others. Which ones are rubbish? Oh, that one's going to be a little bit awkward. Oh, that one's not much of a cup. But that's what makes them. So I've took them out of the oven after 10 minutes. They've crisped up and they've kept their shape. And then because I'm taking these around somebody's house and it's going to make it easier, I've run my mini muffin tin under the cold water to cool it down because it was still hot, and I'm going to put the cooled shells back in the tray just to make it easier to construct them, and because I'm taking them round my friend's house. And how much nicer is it taking something like this round than something you bought from the shop, a focaccia or yeah, some sort of like breaded mushrooms or something from or mini burgers. These, and when I show you what's going to go in these, it is a flavour explosion. They are absolutely lush. So they are a bit of a labour of love. They're fiddly, but they're worth it. And say, I love it when people come round and they know that you've made an effort, or if you go around someone else's house and you've made an effort, taken something round there. So nice. So they're on there. It's 2 stages. I've got some fat-free creme fraiche, a half a cup there. Then to that I'm going to add the zest of a lime, a small clove of garlic that I've crushed, that's in there, a pinch of salt. Then I've got a couple of tablespoons of chopped coriander. Gonna mix all that together. Oops. So when I list the rest of the other ingredients, it's just really nice. It's sort of like got lots of flavours, but it's quite refreshing as well. So just mix all that together. And then you want to get a sandwich bag. I'm actually going to use one of these piping bags just because I've had these for about 4 years. I've never ever used one. Apart from, I think I marinated one of the dishes in one of these. And I'm just going to pop that in there. So if you've got a sandwich bag, work it all down into one corner and then you're just going to snip the end of it off. Oh my god, we bought a Christmas tree yesterday. It was from Costco. It was all in its you know, like the netting it comes in, and we put it in our little front room. Oh my god, it was literally, this is no exaggeration, it's about this wide. In fact, I'll show it to you now. It's not in the front room because the Christmas tree stand we had, it just kept falling down, so we've had to go, I've got my mum to go back to Costco tomorrow to get me sort of like an industrial strength Christmas tree stand that can hold up this monster, but I'll show it to you anyway. This is it. I mean, it's all squashed into this gap here, and look, it's absolutely ginormous, just so fat and wide. Yeah, so that's going to perfect height though, just touches the ceiling. So yeah, that is our mammoth tree. We've never had a real one before, so this year we thought we'd because we're having lots of people here for Christmas, we thought we'd have the real tree so we can get the pine cone smell. And I'm back. So I've just chopped the end of my icing bag off. Don't want it too small, don't want it too big. I'm just going to pop a little bit in each one. And it gives the mixture on top, it's just got some sort of creamy stuff to sit in. It's lovely. In fact, these are quite good fun to make. Hopefully I won't run out. I've had someone as well that's sent me a message to say how nice these silken tofu caramel cups were as well. Yeah, she's got a bit of Ruth's got a sweet tooth, and she said that's what she's missing most, and she thinks that's going to sort out her craving, which is great. So everyone seems to be getting sorted out apart from me. I've been out for pizza today. And now I'm sort of like in Christmas mode, as in, oh, there's no point, it's Christmas, but there's definitely a point. So I'm going to come to New Year's Eve put my clothes on and then wish that I'd tried harder. Just going to squish those down a bit. Yeah, so you've got sort of this amount of filling in each one. So quite enough to get that sort of contrast of, and so you're going to get the freshness of the lime zest in that as well. So, and the coriander as well is a good mix. Yeah, I think they're about even Stevens. Oh, yeah. And then for the next stage, all the yummy flavours that are going to go in there. I've got half of a red bell pepper that I've really finely chopped. Everything here is really finely chopped. In fact, it was a bit of an advert for their mini hand chopper. Then I've got a green, one of the big fat chilies. I've just got one of those that I've left the seeds in because it's quite a mild chilli, and I've got that. And then I've got, how much cucumber was this? Oh, a third of a cup of seeds. So I've scraped the seeds out of the cucumber, and I've got a third of a cup of cucumber. Then I've got half a cup of very finely chopped onion, bit of salt. Then I've got, how you're going to get back what you put into this. I got some really nice quality king prawns, and I've just chopped those up into, say, some little bits and some tiny bits and some chunky bits, just to make it all interesting. Gonna add all those in. Then I've got the juice of a lime as well. I'm actually going to let these sit for 10 minutes to let all the flavours infuse into each other, and then I'm going to see what juice comes out of that, because the cucumber's watery, the onions would be quite watery. There's lots of sort of like, the prawns might be watery where they've been frozen, and I just don't want anything to make my cups go soggy. So I shall see you back in 10 minutes. Hiya, I'm just going to put these all together now. There wasn't really much water to come out of them anyway, I just wanted to be on the safe side. And it's as easy as plonking this in the top. So everything's all nice and finely chopped up in there. You're going to have lovely little canapes like that. So I know that everyone's going to love these. I've not known anyone that hasn't been singing the praises and asking for the recipe for them. They are just so nice. And say, a little bit of effort, but a lot of taste, and definitely worth it. So I shall see you back tomorrow when I've eaten all of these. Oh, I'm going out tonight. Look, I managed to get everything down my dress somehow. So I've got to get changed again. But I'll see you tomorrow.